As the Secretary of Agriculture of a small Latin American country said when he first saw the cornfields of Illinois, "They have no end." He could have said the same of the wheat fields of Kansas or Saskatchewan, milo fields of Nebraska, or wheat fields of California. Few people can really grasp the magnitude of the American crop harvest. It must occur at the right time and be completed just as quickly as possible. There's always wind, hail, rain, or snow just beyond the horizon. Working those endless fields are fewer people, and so the stage is set for larger, more productive machines that will enable one person to harvest more acres in less time.
Combine engineers have always been faced with the challenge of providing greater harvesting capacity. Early in the 20th century, a young Kansan, Curtis Baldwin, began experimenting with a standing grain thresher. He applied for his first patent in 1910 and was issued 3 patents on rotary threshing in the 1930s. Gleaner has a tradition of being a leader in innovation, and rotary concepts are no exception. Why the rotary concept? The main reason is to obtain greater capacity within a smaller physical size. Tests of conventional combines showed that up to 90% of the grain, along with the chaff, is separated from the straw by the cylinder as it falls through the concave or to the rattle in the front separator during the threshing process. Therefore, it was concluded that the cylinder and concave or rattle are much more efficient than the straw walkers. With the cylinder in a cage, material can be repeatedly threshed and separated by centrifugal action. Next step was to eliminate the straw walkers.
Development of the rotary concept began in 1967. Primary objectives were greater capacity without increasing physical size and greater productivity. Secondary objectives were less grain damage, lower vibration, and less sensitivity to slopes. In the new Gleaner N5 and N6 combines, all of these objectives have been met. These new rotary combines are big production machines, with the Model N5 having Class 5 capacity and the Model N6 having up to 35 to 50% more capacity than a Model L2. They truly are the giants of the harvest, yet they are 7 inches lower and 31 inches shorter than the Model L2, and only about 3,000 pounds heavier. Big capacity grain headers come in 15, 20, and 24-foot widths. Standard reel has 5 wide metal bats, and heavy-duty 6-bat pickup reels are optional.
Hydrostatic reel drive and hydraulic reel height control let you change these important adjustments on the go. An exclusive combine twin sickle drive greatly reduces vibration. 2 sickles, each about half as long, are used instead of 1 full-width sickle. There is a Pitman drive at each end of the header. The sickles overlap at the center for complete cutting of the grain and are timed so that they run in opposite directions to balance forces and reduce vibration.
Floating cutter bar headers that help you save down and low-hanging crops are available in the same sizes as grain heads, 15, 20, and 24 foot. They feature wobble box drive with faster sickle speed, which allows increased ground speed. The inline sickle drive reduces vibration and shattering. The cutter bar can float a full 4.5 inches independently of the header to follow ground contour. The standard automatic header height control lets you cut close to the ground and get all the crop. If you windrow your grain crops, you can have N-series capacity. 1 pickup unit on a 15-foot header, or 2 pickups on a 24-foot header, as some customers do, handle big acreages of heavy windrowed crops. If you harvest windrowed wheat, rye, oats, rape, flax, barley, or fine grass seeds, these well-built pickup attachments help you bring it all home. No other combine can give you as much corn harvesting capacity as the N6, with 6, 8, or 12-row corn heads. 2 6-row corn heads, one for wide rows and one for narrow rows, match smaller acreages. 2 8-row corn heads for wide or narrow rows give greater capacity. For big fields of high-yielding corn, where 12-row planters are used, the exclusive 12-row 30-inch corn head for the N6 provides maximum harvesting capacity well beyond anything else available. Allis Chalmers low-profile corn heads handle standing crops with ease and get under those down and tangled stalks to save more low-hanging ears.
Part of this crop-saving ability is a result of true centerline design of both combine and corn head. You get balanced weight distribution for maximum traction, flotation, and stability in poor field conditions. Variable speed header drive lets you synchronize corn head speed with ground speed for maximum capacity and efficiency. You can harvest corn in the morning and soybeans in the afternoon with Allis Chalmers quick switch headers.
The Sure Feed system consists of 2 feed conveyors. The lower feed conveyor carries the crop up to the header pivot, and the second from the pivot to the processing unit. Like all Gleaner combines, the N-Series has a concave door which opens automatically when rocks enter the cylinder area. If the door opens, a light and alarm warn the operator. Downtime and repair costs are held to a minimum. The cylinder in an N-Series combine is located transversely in the chassis.
Other rotary combines have the rotor placed fore and aft in the chassis. This is obviously a great difference in basic design, and there are several important reasons why the transverse design is preferable. Feeding the crop into a Gleaner rotary combine works exactly the same as in a conventional combine. The material comes in a wide, relatively thin mat that is all exposed to the cylinder bars and concaves at the same time, with the same degree of aggressiveness or intensity. Result is much better control of the initial threshing process. This kind of controlled feeding is impossible with fore and aft placement of the rotors. Feeding the crop into longitudinal rotors requires changing the flow and reshaping the rectangular stream into a bunched spiral shape, like putting square pegs into round holes. In the single rotor design, the large impeller immediately bunches the crop to one side of the cage, resulting in potential feeding problems. In the twin rotor design, the material is separated and forced into 2 streams toward the outside of the cages, again with the bunching that makes control of feeding impossible.
The N-Series cylinder cage assembly is 90 inches wide, and the cylinder is 25 inches in diameter. The first 40 inches from the right side of the combine contain the concaves and initial separating area. Open, adjustable concave area is 520 square inches, and most of the threshing action occurs here. Concave clearance is easily adjusted. Helical bars on the inside of the cage and angled rasps on the 8 rasped cylinder bars move the material from right to left in a spiral path around the cylinder. Centrifugal force of up to several hundred Gs forces the grain through the straw or trash and the perforated cage assembly. Separating area of the cage is 5,749 square inches and consists of all 360 degrees of the 80-inch cage width. Since the top of the cage is open, separation occurs around the entire circumference. Other rotary combines have the cage top closed, which limits separation area. At the left side of the cage, paddles on the cylinder shaft direct straw and trash to an impeller which discharges it to the straw spreader.
To prevent buildup of chaff and grain on top of the cage, an oscillating cage sweep with 3 sets of tines extending over the top of the cage removes the material and delivers it to the cleaning system. Material passing through the perforated cage assembly falls into 2 distribution augers, which transfers it uniformly to a pair of accelerator rolls. The accelerator rolls are exclusive to the N-Series combines and are essential to their very high cleaning capacity. The rolls have overlapping flutes and turn toward each other.
As the grain and chaff pass through the accelerator rolls, it is accelerated to about 4 times normal free fall speed through a band of high-velocity air. The air blast from the upper outlet of the transverse flow fan removes a large amount of chaff and trash, reducing the load on the shoe. This is stage 1 of the 2-stage cleaning. Accelerating the flow of material reduces the effect of gravity, so the machine is not sensitive to side slopes. As the grain falls to the grain pan, it is cushioned by a layer of grain there. The transverse flow fan, running at 1150 RPM, delivers much more air than in other Gleaner combines. The lower duct directs air to the cleaning shoe, and fan volume is controlled from the cab.
The second stage of cleaning is the conventional shoe. Load on the shoe is greatly reduced by the high-velocity air cleaning below the accelerator rolls. Total cleaning area, including air blast, is 6,339 square inches. Tailings are elevated to the distribution auger and accelerator rolls for further cleaning. Delivering tailings here instead of to the cylinder prevents chance of grain damage. Clean grain is elevated to the floating bin auger, which discharges in the center of the grain bin for even loading, maintaining balanced weight distribution. Grain bin capacity matches the harvesting capacity of these great machines, with the N5 holding 200 bushels and the N6 carrying a whopping 245 bushels. Bin location keeps the center of gravity low, even when fully loaded.
Unloading is quick. Push a button to swing the electro-hydraulic unloading tube into position. The standard 146-inch tube will reach 50 inches, and the optional 161-inch tube will reach 75 inches beyond a 24-foot header. Both discharge at over 123 inches height into tall trucks. Push another button and the 12-inch tube discharges grain at over 2 bushels per second, emptying the 245-bushel bin in less than 2 minutes.
The N-Series combines retain important features of all gleaners, such as centerline design, balanced weight distribution, excellent maneuverability, and easy handling. As combine capacity increases, larger and heavier corn heads are required. To provide stability, proper placement of components is necessary. Therefore, the fixed weight of heavier components, such as the engine and processing unit assembly, were placed at the rear. Rear weights are required for only the 12-row corn head. Variable weight, such as header, grain bin, and fuel tank, are located over the drive axle.
Locating the processing unit crosswise near the engine greatly simplifies the high horsepower drives. The cylinder drive has no complex bevel gearboxes. Cylinder drive is variable speed with torque sensing, which increases belt tension as the load increases, providing longer belt life. A 2-speed gearbox with variable speed drive provides 2 ranges of 198 to 490 RPM and 415 to 1026 RPM. The dependable high-performance Allis Chalmers 6-cylinder turbocharged and intercooled diesel powers N-Series combines. With 426 cubic inches, it is rated at 190 horsepower on the N5 and 220 horsepower on the N6.
Rotary radiator screen and dry-type air cleaner with aspirated pre-cleaner and safety element are standard. The 150-gallon fuel tank is located behind the cab and is easily filled from the platform.
Hydro traction drive with a heavy-duty 4-speed transmission provides speeds for any crop or field condition as well as fast transport. Speed ranges with 24.5 by 32 tires are 0 to 2.6 miles per hour, 0 to 5.2 miles per hour, 0 to 10.4 miles per hour, and 0 to 21 miles per hour.
The optional rear wheel assist gives you extra tractive power for adverse conditions. It also improves steering control in muddy fields. Oil flow to the wheel-mounted hydrostatic drive motors is supplied from the hydro traction drive unit. The rear wheel assist can be engaged on the go. All hydraulic lines and control valves are located inside the rear axle, up and out of the mud for better protection. Tires are 14.9 by 24, R1 or R2 for maximum flotation, traction, and easy steering. On the N6, standard 24.5 or optional 30.5 by 32 R1 or R2 drive tires carry heavy loads and provide good flotation in poor conditions. N6 and N5 with optional final drives may be dualed for larger bin loads or heavier headers.
Steering tires are 9 by 24. For more load capacity or flotation, 9.5, 11.25, or 12.4 are available. Hydraulic system on the N-Series is a new closed center variable delivery type, operating at up to 3,000 psi. This system delivers a minimum of 5.5 GPM at idle, up to a maximum of 23 GPM when all hydraulic functions are operating. This system delivers only the hydraulic power needed, saving power and reducing heat.
Steering is hydrostatic, and steering column has 4-way adjustment. All controls, including fan speed, gear, shift lever, throttle, and choke, are at the operator's right. Fingertip push buttons operate the electric header and separator clutches, control header height, reel height, hydro reel drive, cylinder speed, and hydraulic unloader tube. You'll find it hard to believe that this huge machine can be controlled so easily.
You know how much good working conditions can help you do a better job. Gleaner combine owners rate their combines tops in overall comfort. You can forget about weather with a pressurized cab on your Gleaner. Weather-tight, all-metal construction keeps out dirt, dust, and wind. Tinted glass all around reduces glare and heat. The cab features a curved windshield, 6 headlights, heavy sound insulation, and a 3-speed pressurizer. The roomy cab is in the center, so the operator can see the stubble behind the header at both ends. The deck and cab are mounted on 4 rubber isolators to keep noise and vibration from reaching the operator.
Gleaner operators have the best seat in the house. Optional deluxe and luxury seats have up to 12 adjustments to provide for your ultimate comfort. You can combine longer with less fatigue. N-Series combines are smooth and run very quietly. Add the extreme quiet of the cab, and you might not hear slip clutches or other trouble noises. Gleaner combines are equipped with monitors to let you know what's going on everywhere. Tattletale 2 monitors parking brakes, fuel restriction, coolant level, concave door, air filter, hydraulic oil temperature, hydraulic oil filter, and transmission lube pressure. Tattletale 3 shaft monitor reports shaft performance on the rear feed conveyor, cage sweep, header drive shaft, clean grain elevator, tailings elevator, distribution augers, and straw spreader. Combined Tattletale 2 and 3 give you constant visual checks on 16 functions. In addition to standard gauges, the optional Tattletale 4 system uses lights to monitor voltage, oil pressure, and water temperature. The hydraulic oil level is monitored, and the operator is alerted both visually and audibly when the grain bin is approximately 90% full. Tattletale 4 also signals when the unloader tube is not resting in the cradle. Another function of this system allows the operator to swing the unloader tube automatically, freeing his hands for other functions.
Optional hour meters register engine and separator hours. You can add turn signals for road travel. The optional digital tachometer accurately monitors cylinder speed, ground speed, engine RPM, and percentage of fuel remaining. Cab air control includes both heater and air conditioner for all-season comfort, or heater and air can be installed separately. The engine boost pressure gauge displays turbocharger boost pressure to indicate engine horsepower and performance. Keeps you aware of engine output in tough harvesting conditions. The Pacer efficiency monitor helps you get maximum capacity from the combine. Select cylinder, shoe, or total separation efficiency.
Sensors at the cylinder and shoe pick up the sound of grain striking them, triggering a needle that tells you when and how much to adjust ground speed to save more grain. If the reading is low, you can speed up, increasing production and covering more acres. But if the reading is too high, either the combine needs adjustment or ground speed should be decreased. You save grain and profit. Other cab options include windshield wipers and auxiliary lights. The auxiliary light package includes working lights aimed at the back of the grain header and lights on the unloader tube and inside the grain bin. Header and auxiliary working lights have rubber hoods added to reduce glare and improve visibility.
Gleaner engineers have long understood that time spent servicing, adjusting, and maintenance must be kept to a minimum. The N-Series combines are designed for convenient service and adjustment. Adjustments such as fan choke control, cylinder speed, and corn head speed are made from the cab. Access doors on the right side reveal variable speed cylinder drive, concave adjustments, concave door closing mechanism. Doors on the left side provide access to the hydraulic system, main drives, hydro traction drive, and bin unloader drives.
A convenient ladder at the rear allows easy access to the engine and removable panels which cover the cage assembly. High reliability keeps downtime low and assures a long, productive life. The heavy main frame provides a solid base for all shafts, sprockets, bearings, chains, belts, and sheaves. They hold alignment, last longer, keep maintenance costs down. Shafts that make a complete revolution, except the slow-turning reel shaft, are mounted in ball, roller, or tapered bearings, a smoother running machine with longer service in every part. Most sheaves are cast, precision finished, and perfectly balanced for smooth running and long life. The frame is complemented by heavy-gauge galvanized sheet metal, which adds years of service and high trade-in value.
If you're considering a Class 6 combine, you already know that it is a very large investment, one that must pay off in big capacity, efficient harvesting, high availability, low maintenance, easy operation, and good resale value. N-Series Gleaner combines assure you a good investment. 8 and 12 row corn heads, 24-foot headers, AC turbocharged diesels, and 200 to 245 bushel grain bins for big capacity. Transverse rotor with tangential feeding and 360-degree separation with high velocity cleaning deliver efficient harvesting.
Smooth, quiet operation, rugged frame, cast sheaves all contribute to high availability.
Simplicity of design, easy access to components, and convenient adjustments mean low maintenance.
Push-button electro-hydraulic controls, tattletale monitors, and quiet air-conditioned cab for easy operation.
And the Gleaner reputation for excellence assures good resale value.
Gleaner N-Series Rotary Combines, a very good investment.
From Allis Chalmers,
the rising power in farming.
The rising power in farming.